This is me before I knew what was about to happen.
Morning guys, race day. I'm here at Queen's Park again for the No Walk in the Park 5k January 2025 edition.
So it's January the 4th, 2025, the date of my first race of the year. It's a 5k race organised by the local running club, North Derbyshire RC. I've run it once before and had a great time, setting a personal best at the time of 22:08. That was last August. Although I've been a runner since April 2020, your classic lockdown runner, I haven't run too many races. There was the Chatsworth 10k, filmed on a potato. Carsington Water 10k, also on a potato. Then came the Spire Ultra 50k. Bit of a jump from the 10s I've been doing before.
Thanks. Thank you.
Followed that with Macclesfield Half. Then on to the Shires and Spires 50k.
Careful voice, Mark. Go on, bottom up.
Thank you very much.
No Walk in the Park, August last year, 5k. Slightly damp Mansfield 10k after that. And finally, Monsell Trail Half, which I did with a bit of an injury. So that's a total of only 8 races. I feel like I've learned something from each race and gone from a nervous wreck with no idea how race days unfold to being more confident and being able to get prepared before the race and know mostly what to expect when I get there. On this occasion, I was about to learn a new lesson.
Feeling a bit nervous if I'm honest, not sure what to do with all my kit. Got jumpers, coats and spare shoes, cameras. So yeah, I'm just going to get over there. It's 1 minute until you can start collecting your race numbers. I've been here before, so I know where I'm going, thankfully. There's a good chance that John and Dawn Broom from Two Running Brooms will be here, so looking forward to meeting them if I can. So yeah, I'm just going to get over there. It's 0 degrees, which is complicating matters. I can't just wander over with shorts and t-shirt on and expect to still be alive come the start of the race at 9 o'clock, but we'll see how we go. Catch you in a bit. So as I left the car and started walking towards the park, a runner came the other way. I said good morning and he said, "Are you going to No Walk?" meaning the No Walk in the Park race. I had to ask him to repeat himself because I wasn't sure what he meant. He told me the race had been cancelled. Apparently there's some icy patches around the park here where we run, so it's not going ahead today it seems. The usual start finish line area is completely empty. And the place is pretty devoid of runners, so I'm not sure how everybody else found out about it. Don't think I've had an email or anything, so sadly that looks like it. I'm not sure what to do with myself this morning. I did have some doubts about whether I was ready to do an all-out 5k at this point, having only just come back from injury. So there's a small amount of relief there, but obviously disappointment because I was expecting to meet the Brooms and race this morning. So I'll have a think about what to do. I may just have a run to myself around the park just to get my running for the day and then decide after that.
So that's exactly what I decided to do. I set off running around the park, the main kind of big loop around the outside. I couldn't figure out how everybody else, apart from that one guy who I spoke to, knew beforehand that the race had been cancelled. So I checked my emails, looked in the junk folder as you do, and yeah, nothing to be seen there. So I just decided to do the run. Total of 8 kilometres I wanted to get in, which would have covered the race, the warm up and the cool down, just to get the same amount of distance in. So yeah, just started jogging around the park and let my legs determine the pace. So having failed to figure out at the time why everybody else knew it was cancelled and I didn't, by the time I got home I checked on the website for North Derbyshire Running Club, and yeah, there was no sign of any changes on there. And then it occurred to me that perhaps Facebook might be the platform they use to announce these things. It took me a while because I never really use Facebook unless I've been specifically directed there for some reason. I never think to go on there. I don't have the app on my phone or anything like that. But when I got onto the Facebook page, I did find where they'd posted that they'd checked the state of the course that morning and decided it wasn't safe to go ahead, so that made perfect sense and made me feel a bit daft. So today's lesson is don't expect to be informed directly if a race is cancelled. Don't go looking for emails. Everyone else except me and the chap I spoke to on arrival already knew that it'd been cancelled, and even that guy said he'd just found out that it had from somewhere, he didn't say where, so perhaps he'd checked Facebook or he knew someone else who was meant to be running, but I was kind of by myself and trying to figure it out by myself. So lesson learned. Yeah, now I know that checking Facebook before you set off is a good idea. I think the announcement came a few minutes before I actually set off to drive into town. Luckily it's only a 15-minute drive from home, so no big deal in the end. So I'm glad this happened to me when it was a local race, really, rather than one I'd travelled a distance to. And now I will remember going forward to check Facebook for any future races, just in case there's any announcements on there by the organisers. So yeah, that's good to know. I was also hoping to talk to someone on the day about joining the running club. It's been something I've been trying to get myself to do for a while now, so I was a bit sad about that, as well as not being able to see John and Dawn from Two Running Brooms. So my lack of race experience, Facebook use and general common sense only cost me a drive into town and a bit of disappointment. I think the lesson I learned was more valuable than those missed opportunities, really. I did have my doubts about my readiness for a hard 5k anyway, and I had no idea how I was going to pace it. I was still trying to figure that out when I got there. So that side of things was actually a bit of a relief. My race entry's been pushed to next month's edition of the race. It's held on the first Saturday of every month, so I can have a go. If it fits into my plans, I'll quite likely turn up on the 1st of February, feeling more ready for a 5k race hopefully, after checking Facebook of course. So despite the lack of a race today, thanks so much for joining me. As always, if you do want to subscribe to the channel, it is free. Just press the button and watch the subscriber count go up by 1. Thanks again guys, I'll see you soon.